What is up? What is up, guys? How are you? Sorry for the little bit of a delay there. Just finished up some dinner and some laundry, and now I'm here and ready to go. Um, yeah. We are out here. Want to give you a little bit of a Horror Unleashed review, but then also allow you the opportunity to ask me anything about Horror Unleashed, Halloween Horror Nights, and just a general ask me anything. Let's go put our super chat goal up, and we'll be ready to roll. Let me do this. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Alright, so let's start off here, and you guys can ask me anything and whatever you want. But let's start off here with the gifted, sorry, the Horror Unleashed review. So last weekend I was in Vegas, came back from Vegas, and I got three members only, or one members only video out, and then two other videos out for this week. And some other videos for I did a whole bunch of POVs at the event for last week. Those are out now, so a lot of stuff's going on there. So I didn't get a chance to live stream. Then I was busy on the weekend, so now I'm gonna finally do my Horror Unleashed review for you guys. So I went to Vegas, had a nice little time, and if I did a little film, a little travel vlog, go check that out on the site. It's a members only video there, and I'll be doing a public hotel review as well coming up on Friday. And today was a Universal update, so that's going on. Then I met up with some friends, good friends, Sean Rank the Mouse, Tommy Toon, Theme Park Conductor, George, um, and Abby, and we all went to Horror Unleashed and experienced some of the houses together. I didn't get to go on the Exorcist Believer because I ran out of time because I had actually had some family in Vegas and we had a family dinner at 6:30 that we planned for. So I only did three out of the four houses, but I didn't really care to do Exorcist Believer anyway, so that's totally fine with me. But yeah, so Horror Unleashed is a 110,000 square foot. It's a 110,000 square foot space. It's almost like what midway between like a Super Target and a Costco situation. And they pack a lot into the space. It's actually not a lot of walking space for the guests. A lot of it's filled with houses, and the main plaza area. There's lots of scare actors walking around, and you can actually talk to them. They can talk to them, having some cool interactions, which is really cool. And they have some good photo ops, and they everyone's really in characters. A Streetmosphere, Universal's always good in all their products with Streetmosphere, and it's nothing different here. Streetmosphere is absolutely excellent here, which is fantastic. The let's go. I'll go house by house of the three I did, and then I'll talk about the rest of the experience. But the Monsters house was the best. That was my favorite by far. The queue was freaking amazing. It's so gorgeous. Again, you can check out my POVs of all the houses I went into, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Monsters, and Scarecrow on the channel. But yeah, the queue was amazing. The Monsters house was the best out of all of them for sure. There was so much theming. There's not a single black wall in any of the mazes or houses at the event, by the way, but so much theming. Each house is expertly themed to like each section is actually expertly themed to the monster it represents. So there's clear divides. Like when you're on the Mummy, you're going to a tomb. Then you go to the Phantom of the Opera, you're going to like this Parisian mansion. It's like super cool. I really really enjoyed it. Um, I mean, that's worth the unlimited pass alone. I can go to that house over and over and over and again. And I will be back next time I go to Vegas. We'll be back for sure. And I'll do a live stream in there because they allow you to film on the houses. So I'm doing a live stream for the whole event. So that was a really cool house. I feel like one of the longer houses. Each house is about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how fast you walked in it. But it's about the same amount basically as a typical Halloween Horror Nights house. Um, so you should. I feel like you should definitely get the unlimited for if you really like going through all the houses. But yeah, so that's that. That's what's going on there. Um, the next best was Scarecrow, in my opinion. The Scarecrow was really cool. The facade, another fantastic cue in the facade was, of course, the house, some house in the Dust Bowl era, and you go through basically the same Scarecrow, the Reaping House in Orlando and Hollywood. But at the end, you go through these corn stalks, and then they make it really feel like you're outside, and you have to go through all these corn stalks. And it's not really at this point, it's not really a linear path, kind of zigzags around, and there's multi passes, different paths you can go. They all come back to each other. But yeah, you can kind of go off on your own, and then there's scare actors in the corn stalks, which is pretty cool. Really, really immersive. And kind of scary because it's not like a linear path, and they're just kind of popping out wherever, which is really cool. And then um, it's nighttime. There's thunder and lightning. They really do a good job on the thunder and lightning effects there. So that's really cool house scare. So I'm basically that house made me even more excited to go back through Scarecrow, our Scarecrow here in Hollywood next week for Halloween Horror Nights when weekends here in Hollywood because I'm very very excited to see how this one compares to the Vegas one. So that was a different winner. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was about the same as the other ones have been. I mean, we just if you're in Hollywood, you just went to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house in Hollywood. I mean, last year, so it was about the similar to that, but nothing bad. Nothing like oh my god, so cool like the other ones. But it was a very fine house in my opinion, very fine house there. And it's cool. I didn't see it myself, but each house has a show moment. So if you catch it right on time, there'll be a moment, a scene will stop you and they'll hold you, and as an extended about 30-second scene, major scene in each house. And for monsters, when Frankenstein's coming alive, from The Exorcist, I saw from a POV, it's the two girls doing something in the bedroom, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one is when Leatherface kidnaps the girl and takes her inside and does something. This is the very first scene, like kind of cuts her head off and takes Jackson to the back, and they continue. And then the Scarecrow. I'm not sure that extended scene there is. I haven't seen it online or even heard about it. So, but that one does have also an extended scene. You don't get it every time because I didn't get it, but what you call it? Um, you have to kind of catch it at the right time. That's another reason to get the unlimited ticket, which I'll talk about ticket options in a second. So yeah, those were the houses that I went in. Again, I didn't go in Exorcist, so I don't know what that was like. But the queue looked. I peeked to the queue. Looked again very immersive, very very cool as well. So we'll go ahead and check that out. Um, Now the prices after taxes about $100 for the one time ticket, and that's I went on a Saturday, and the Saturday for me is about 89 dollars. Then you're gonna add the tax and it's tax fees, whatever, and it's $97. A little bit expensive for a one time ticket. It's just $30 more to do the unlimited ticket. So I highly suggest you do that one because it is just $30 more. Now, if you're a Nevada resident, you get a $10 discount on each of these tickets. The tickets do kind of line up just a little bit more pricey than the Omega Mart and other Area 15 experiences, but it's Vegas, so it is pretty pricey. It's tourist pricing, right? So it's gonna be a pretty pricey. And this target crowd for this is a crowd for who's never been to Halloween Horror Nights before. It's really not for us, not for everyone who's been to Halloween Horror Nights. They know people super fans are gonna go check it out, but it's really to introduce people to the horror and Halloween Horror Nights, that genre. Then maybe they'll go to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando or LA if they like the Vegas thing. That's just like the kids park. to introduce new kiddos to the Universal brand. Then maybe when they get older, they'll go over to the Universal Studios in Hollywood or Orlando or somewhere else around the world. And that's kind of what this is for. So this is very touristy pricing, tourist target crowd here. Um, for Horror Unleashed, and that is that. So that's where the pricing comes from. But it is pricey for just if you're an Asian super fan to go every year. You might be like, where's the value? I can spend less than this and go to Halloween Horror Nights, Orlando or Hollywood and get a lot more. So that is a valid argument. So maybe they'll do some pricing adjustments in the future, but we'll see how it is. I'm not sure how it's doing currently, but we'll see how. I'm sure again, 6 months after anything opens, there's so many changes. I mean, look at Super Nintendo World. You know, just in Hollywood, so many changes already in Super Nintendo World just in the first few weeks, and then over by month 6, it was like a brand new land almost, operationally. Epic Universe is already having a lot of operational changes and improvements already, and it's just been open for a couple months. So we'll give this thing about 6 months. Let's see what happens in spring or summer 2026, and see how it's operating then, because it is you know it just opened. They, it's very important to fill out those surveys because the Universal listens to those people when you fill out those surveys, and they do make operational changes there. For example, you cannot go into the gift shop unless you buy a ticket, but that might an operational change may be that if you want to go buy some Horror Nights merch, not go or at least merch, not go buy a ticket. You may just go browse the gift shop because it is at the exit. You do have to exit through the gift shop just like any traditional attraction. The show, hopefully, some show times will pop up because the Jack and Sally, or the Jack Stay or Slay show. It's a competition show. Basically kind of Cirque du Soleil. There's like circus acts and dancers and stuff like that, and then the contestants choose whether the circus act is to stay or slay, stay alive or get killed. But spoiler, both of the signs that the contestants are us. They pick people up from the bar from Jack Sally, which is where the pre-show starts, about a 5-minute pre-show, 10-minute actual show. So 15-minute show in total. They go and pick up about 5 people from the bar, and they give signs that say slay or slay. So no matter what you choose, those guys are dying. So that's it's a pretty cool show. And very big, it's very dancing. So I mean, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. And they also have different show moments throughout the day. There's like these again street atmosphere. There's also these like dancers come, probably dancers who are in the show, come and they go into each corner and they do like a little solo performance. It's pretty cool, and that happens randomly. But yeah, the Jack and Sally show has no show times as of yet. There's no app or anything, or no map or nothing to say where things are or anything. So hopefully that's one of the improvements that is made, at least some show times. Because yeah, you just kind of have to wander around. It's again not a big space to walk around, so it's not hard to find some of these things. But it would be nice to see. It would be nice to see when know when the next showtime is. There's a few restaurants in there. There's Jack's Alley, which is a bar, and there's the Boiler Bar, which we went to both of those. And then Rough Cuts. I just had something from the Premier House, which is the main restaurant. That was very good. There's the Jack Sliders, and it comes with Jack's face stamped on the top of the burger, which is pretty cool, or the slider, and they're very very soft. And the pulled pork slider is so good. Um, Again, a little bit pricey, but again, it's Vegas for you, right? And it's general theme park food prices, but it's much better than theme park food in my opinion. So that's good. The Premier House space was a little lackluster in terms of theming, just a bit home to Blumhouse photo ops. But they have added some stuff even since I gone. So that's good. Because for the House, we part of six. A lot of could have easily just sat down. It seemed like we could have sat down right away because it looks like they could have stuck a couple of tables together. So I don't know. Again, operations wise, hopefully they'll fix up the restaurant. It was opening weekend, so you can cut them some slack. But when I go back, hopefully some of these improvements are made. One improvement that will certainly be made, hopefully past opening weekend, is I went to the bathroom and the half the bathroom was pitch black. That's right. The light, it was really getting to the immersive theming because I half the urinals were dark. A guy came and fixed it later on that day, but that was a problem that was happening since opening day on Thursday. So hopefully they'll get that more consistently up as well. But the rough cuts food was okay. I heard. I mean, I guess those portions seemed small, but the food was good. They said. My brother and Sean ate something from Rough Cuts. They said it was pretty good. They were still hungry after more. The portion was small, and I think it was again expensive for the amount of food we got. So that's, I guess, the only issue there with Rough Cuts, but very nicely themed restaurants, except for Premier House. I mean, the rest of the stuff was the all the bars were super themed. I mean, the coasters were had Jack's face on them, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. So overall, Horror Unleashed was a pretty fun experience. Like merch in the gift shop, I'm a big merch guy. Some people were disappointed with the merch. I thought it looked pretty fine. Certainly a nice, decent selection of merch to the gift shop. And again, hopefully they allow you to go get the gift shop. Hopefully they allow you to go to the gift shop when, like, if you're not getting a ticket, since you can just enter from Area 15 itself. So that hopefully that will be an improvement made in the future. But yeah. Otherwise, um, otherwise, it was a fun time. Said I'd go back. I'd get the unlimited ticket because it's, I feel like you get more bang for your buck, and it's only $30 more. So I get the unlimited ticket for sure versus the one-time ticket. But other than that, hey, we are that that was my Horror Unleashed experience and review. Um, if you ever want to, and if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about, I did a full POV. Well, POV is the three houses, like I said, but we had a full 1 hour long vlog, and I did. If you remember, I did a nice little Vegas travel vlog, and then I'll be having. We stayed at the Residence Inn by the Allegiant Stadium, by the Raiders Stadium. So I'll be having a hotel review coming up this Friday on that. So yes, that is my hotel. That is my Allegiant Stadium review. Sorry, Horror Unleashed review. Now, let's don't ask me anything for the rest of the time, or depending on the interaction, but maximum about 20 minutes of Ask Me Anything, or 20, 40 minutes of Ask Me Anything. Horror Nights, other theme parks, whatever you like. We have Halloween Hornets starting next week, and I'll be at the TM preview, hopefully, and then definitely there on opening night. I'm running polls right now on all my socials, on Instagram, Twitter, here on YouTube, and more, of what house you want to see first. Right now, Five Nights at Freddy's is winning, so I'll likely be doing no, that'll be the first POV I put up, and I'll likely go ahead and I was gonna do Five Nights at Freddy's first for the POV anyway. So that's winning, and then probably Terrifier. Well, no, if I do Five Nights at Freddy's first, I'll be doing a Halloween Hornet survival guide this week. By the way, stay tuned for that. I'll be staying at the Sheraton Universal this weekend as well, seeing Jaws for 50th anniversary in IMAX with my wife. It'll be her first time seeing Jaws, and I'll be staying at the Sheraton Universal doing a review of that hotel as well. So a lot of cool content coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I'll be on a cruise, more content there. So it'll be a great September and October and end of August. So yeah, but lots of stuff happening. But yeah, Horror Nights is gonna be a big one. I'll be going live consistently on all platforms from Horror Nights, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I'll be making content, long form and short form content for on TikTok. I'm gonna start probably on the lower lot, do the lower lot houses first, then go up and do the upper lot houses and then the terror tram. So it'll be super fun. And right now, remember last year it was super hot on Halloween Horror Nights East in Hollywood. It's like 110. Well, guess what? This year so far it's going to be 86, and that's the high for the day. So in Horror Nights, that's like 80 degrees, or low 80s, which would be breeze. I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited. Much better than last year. All right, and yeah, Life with Pros. He's hyped. He's hyped for it. Me too. Very excited. I'll be doing a whole merch preview or showing you all the merch when I go back to park Friday morning. So get ready for that. Mr. Weber, how are you? Arc Zap. Just want to say thank you for your content. Thank you so much for watching Arc Zap. And nice of you to join in on the live stream. Brian says when I'm coming to Epic, hopefully we're on track for early next year. Hopefully. I'm doing pretty well, those quick little trips like that. Even if it was a 24-hour trip to Vegas, but it was kind of threw me off in terms of content. But I'm all caught up now, and yeah, so now I'm doing very well and having fun, and I'm ready for more long weekends and trips. I mean, at work we have Friday and Monday off for Labor Day, so I'll have a 4-day week, then a 3-day week next week because Friday I have another Friday and Monday off September 5th to 8th for the cruise. So 3-day week there, and then another 4-day week on the back half of that from September 8th through 12th. I'll be working only September 9th through 12th. So a few short weeks here, which is awesome. I won't until it won't be until mid September that I have a 5-day week again, which is quite nice. Of course, I'll book your trips and I'll also be your tour guide. Come along. It's nice. Come in the spring, the winter and spring. It's pretty nice weather. Even the early months of summer, June and July, it's usually pretty mild. You know? Yeah, so I know Life with Twelve is ready for Five Nights at Freddy's. What Halloween Horror Nights house is on either coast are you guys looking forward to? There's some lots of good stuff this year. Yeah, so it's a pretty stellar year. So I'm very excited about that. Someone upstairs is running very loudly. Oh, and for those of you guys who missed my Disneyland content, um, I'll be back to Disney sometime next month for sure. Also, hey, I debuted some new forms, so please post your updates. I'm posting links to the forms. Sign up, post your updates. I have post your updates from any one of the topics there: Universal Orlando, Hollywood, Disneyland, Disney World. Sign up, post your updates, your trip reports, all that good stuff. I want to create a nice community on our nice new discussion forums, and we're gonna go ahead and I want to try to gain as many users as possible. I'll be updating some of the topics tomorrow and this week from Hollywood and Orlando. But yeah, we have about what we have what one, two, three, four, about 4 or 5, about 4 users now. So let's try to get to 20 users. Let's try to get some we'll send out some invites and we'll be doing some other good stuff. So Alright. And so do ask me anything for a minimum of 3 more minutes. If no one has any questions, I'll hop off in 3 more minutes. If you guys have questions, I can talk for as long as 30 more minutes. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead whatever you guys want. We go ahead and ask. Go ahead and talk about it. And I hope you guys are enjoying the deluge of content as we get into the Halloween season and then Christmas season, a whole bunch of holiday stuff. Hopefully, we'll be able to go to Fright Fest as well. They have a couple of new mazes and upgraded mazes as well. So hopefully, later on in September, we'll be able to do that, and hopefully, it won't be too hot. Oh, thank you so much, Brian, the Mondo, and I love Mondo. We actually have a group chat in Mondo, and Mondo, me, and Universal High, and we give each other the latest updates. Yeah, they're all good people. Good people. Thank you so much for watching us, me, and him. Oops. All right. Yeah. 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 Look at this piece. Pink's on the way. Yeah. And there's all right. So looks like you guys have no questions, but that's all right. I'll be back live at the parks this weekend for sure because I'll be staying at the parks again at the Sheraton Universal. So I'll be back with that and more. So make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my Patreon for I'll have a Patreon exclusive video, which is a Vegas vlog. If you're not a member, you can check it out on Patreon, and also breaking down some permits on my website. Other than that, guys, stay classy, stay curious, stay magical. I'll see you at the parks.